the Anycubic Photon Mono X. Let's have a look. Hey guys, Anycubic's Photon has grown up. It's eaten all its vegetables and got plenty of healthy outdoor exercise, because it's certainly a big boy. ALEXANDRE has its Saturn, and Anycubic now has the Photon Mono X. Look at this build plate. It looks industrial. It's big, smooth, chunky and strong. Elon Musk could fly this thing to Mars. It's so well put together. Compare it to the Photon S. What a difference. And because I can, let's be naughty and compare it with a Saturn. Oops, sorry ALEXANDRE. Included in the box is a USB memory stick, and if you're new to 3D printing, this is the place to start. Plug this into your PC and you'll find an excellent user manual to follow. I'm delighted to see this. There's been far too much vagueness in the printing industry, and I'm thrilled to see Anycubic making things easier on the user, with a clear step-by-step guide. The base is solid and metallic. It's smooth and elegant, an all-round nice looking machine. The PowerPoint, switch and USB port are all sensibly located on the right side of the printer. The rear houses 2 cooling fans, so it's a little louder than the Photon S, but it's far from noisy. The large screen has a 4K resolution, and this screen is monochrome. If that means nothing to you, articles I've read suggest monochrome screens transmit light more efficiently, print faster, and have a longer lifespan. So that's gotta be good.
Wow!
Whoa.
The dual rail looks well engineered, and sure enough, the arm moves smoothly and quietly. The resin tray is obviously large enough to cope with that wonderful build plate, and thanks to these location points, the tray seats neatly into position where it can be locked in place in the usual way. The build plate slides on with expected ease and gets secured with a twist of a bigger than average knob. The touchscreen is bigger than that on the Photon S, but crucially it has the same large and clear user interface, which means that even someone with my poor eyesight can easily see what's going on thanks to large buttons and sizable text. Leveling the plate is delightfully straightforward. Simply loosen 4 hex bolts, place a piece of paper over the screen, click the home button, hold lightly, tighten the bolts, and that's it. Easy peasy. I'll use Anycubic standard grey resin, and for this printer, you're going to need a big bottle. Finding the test print on the USB stick is nice and easy, and a wonderful printing job it's done. Straight from the box with no fiddling with settings, and yet it's a beautiful quality print. I was so impressed I had a bash at printing the Amerilabs test print. And wow, just wow, I have never ever seen all of these pins actually print. All of them. The top of the tower's there, and the cross in the circle. I could go on, though my terrible photography lets me down here. But honestly, this is the best Amerilabs test print I've done so far. I was really excited by this, and I really fancied getting my hands on an ample-sized bust. So I headed over to MYMINIFACTORY and looked up David Eastman. I was spoiled for choice by his excellent work, but I couldn't resist old Darth. I shrank it just a tiny bit, hollowed it, added a couple of small drainage holes, added some supports for good measure, and set it printing. And it took just 9 hours. Not 19, but 9 tiny hours and 30 minutes. And look at it. With a little tidying up, this would look great on any shelf. Hold on, you say? Is that a tear? Is old Vog pulling a fast one? Yes, it's a tear, but the print did hang in place for around 12 hours before I had chance to see to it, and it is a heavy print. But to be on the safe side, I've added a few more supports and printed it again. See, no tears, just a beautiful quality print. I know a lot of you guys enjoy printing your miniatures, so again on MYMINIFACTOry I found this fantastic Kickstarter print. Look at the detail here, it's a fabulous piece, and if you want to see more, you know what to do. I'll add a link in the description to make finding it easier. I shrank it to around 3 inches as I wanted to see the details, but 2 inches is probably more common, so I did one of those as well. After cutting away the supports and with a little crude cleanup, look at the detail on this 3-inch miniature. Whoops, my mistake, that's the 2-inch print. With the size of this build plate, it wouldn't take long to print off a whole regiment. I like casting jewellery, so I decided to have a bash at printing a design by my French buddy Alexandre. And I'm sorry to say this means really, really bad news for Bluecast. My regulars know I enjoy annoying those hard-working guys over at Bluecast, and judging by these results, I'm going to be badgering them for printer settings, because I'm going to want to cast what this machine can print. Now there is something missing from this printer, no Ethernet port. The ALEXANDRE Saturn has an Ethernet port, so the printer can be networked, and you can't do better than that, can you? Yes you can. You can Wi-Fi it. Those clever boffins at Anycubic have snubbed the idea of messy dangling cables in favour of an elegant Wi-Fi antenna, which I love. The provided instructions were easy enough to follow, but I couldn't get them to work. Fortunately, those helpful chaps at Anycubic got me sorted. Just in case you experience the same issue, here's my Wi-Fi guide. First, visit your app store and download the Anycubic app. Next, create a document and call it wifi.txt. If you've struggled doing that, I'll put a link in the description. I'll provide you with a free demo document there. What you do need is the name of your internet service and your Wi-Fi password, both of which should be listed on your home router box. Save the Wi-Fi text file on the USB stick. Insert it into your printer and print the file. That's right, print the file. Click OK and head to System, Information. After a few seconds, this will update and give you an IP address. Open the phone app, click User, select the printer. The device name can be anything you like, and type in the IP address you've just obtained. If your printer is turned on and you have good Wi-Fi coverage, you should now be able to talk to your printer. I will say the app needs a little work. If I head to settings, there's no way back. But I think with a little feedback from users, Anycubic will soon have this sorted. I'm not sure I like the antenna location. It occurs to me that a slight spill of resin could easily find its way here, and who knows what damage it might cause. And given that not everyone has great Wi-Fi, maybe an Ethernet port might be helpful, giving the user both options. But that's it. That's my only concern with this otherwise handsome, sturdy, precise and high quality printer. I've nothing else I can comment on. Okay, it has a lift-off lid, and maybe dedicated photon users would prefer a hinged top, but I prefer the lift-off variety. pulling off the top to get my hands on the goodies inside is something I've long enjoyed. But hey, it's a preference. So the only outstanding issue is price. How much will it be? Unfortunately, I don't have an answer. I would imagine Anycubic are aiming this printer straight at the ALEXANDRE Saturn. And if they want to steal that market, they're going to need to be very similar with their pricing. Now, some of my regulars have already asked me, is it as good or even better than the Saturn? And unfortunately, I cannot answer that one. You see, ALEXANDRE sent me their beta model of the Saturn. They specifically asked me to look for potential problems and offer suggestions, and if you saw that video, you'll see I did. Lots of them. Maybe I was nitpicking, but I was trying to help them develop a better product. And, do you know what? They listened. I'm pleased to say they incorporated my suggestions into the model they finally released, including the 4K upgrade, which I quietly whispered to them by email. And when ALEXANDRE completed these changes, they sent their improved Saturn to more popular channels than mine to review. Oh well, that's marketing, I guess. So the ALEXANDRE Saturn that's on the market right now is not the one I reviewed. I would imagine it's a better one, but I don't know for sure. I can say that I liked it, but obviously the Saturn beta I have here is no Anycubic Photon Mono X. But the Anycubic Mono X is the Anycubic Mono X, and all potential sour grapes aside, I'd be willing to go on a ledge and say this machine should be the standard that other printers in this category are compared against. The looks, the quality, the print size, the prints, the clever touches. I hope by now, guys, you know that I strive to be completely honest and fair in my reviews, and that I'm not afraid to speak out if I don't like what I see. But hand on heart, this is a great printer. It's completely won me over, and you can be sure you'll be seeing me use it regularly. I'm so impressed, when it hits the market, I'll be begging Anycubic to give my viewers a discount. But this is going to be a popular item, guys. I can feel it, so don't hold your breath. And that's it, guys. A finished review on an excellent printer. If you have any comments or questions, as always, feel free to drop them below. And if it's anything I don't know, I'll try to chase a response from Anycubic for you. So I hope you enjoyed this one, guys. Take care, and thanks for watching.